Hola, mi compadres! Brian the Bold here, and today we are back again with another World of Tanks review, and today we have something special. The British have arrived, and today the British have brought us 45 new tanks, and they're ready to roll out from our garages, and they are including the best out of the fantastic ones out of all times, and let me tell you they are. And they are, in my opinion, the Comet Tier 7 medium tank, the Cromwell Tier 6 medium tank, the AT5, no, the AT4, no, the AT5. Is it an AT5? Yes, the AT5. Which I'm correct. And if I'm not, I apologize. Tier 5, a lot of armor and a decent gun. And you got your freaking Black Prince, which is Tier 7 heavy. And the artillery, I have no idea. But we're gonna cover the light, the heavy, and the mediums, and of course the tank destroyers, because who can forget about that massive armor? Unless you're talking about the AT8 and the AT7, then that's going to be a little problem. But what you can expect out of the British tanks is a whole lot of fun in these little lights that you have going through the tiers 1 to 4. You're gonna have a blast. All right, you're gonna have a lot of fun. I had personally a lot of fun when it was on the mobile devices, because I had a lot of fun, I have to tell you, with the Matilda. The Matilda, in my opinion, is really armored for its tier, and I love it. I can't really complain about it. The gun, though, doesn't cause that much damage, but it has a lot of penetration to it when once fully upgraded to the gun, where it allows you to get a lot of penetration. And so that's really important too. But again, as I said before, no damage whatsoever. It just causes a little damage. It has a fast reload, but it can be decent. But a lot of things can be good as well. But like any tank tree or nation tree, there is also a downfall to them, and that is sadly the AT8, which in my opinion lost a lot of armor compared to the AT5, and then you got the AT7, which horrendously fell from the apple tree, if that makes sense. Which, let me tell you, when you first start off, you get this gun. It's an auto reloader. It has 7 rounds, right? You would think that's good, but the thing is so tiny. It's about the size of a Micah knife. It's horrendous, and it has no penetration. I almost have to treat it like the freaking KV, not the KV, the VK 30.01. It's just complete garbage with the first gun it has. It's ridiculous. And like before that, but what's unique about that tank? I'll give it this. What unique is about this tank is that it has the ability to go around a building without even barely showing the entire tank, because instead of the gun being mounted in the front, in the middle of the tank, it's mounted on the side. So that will be very helpful. So if you are using that tank and you really don't know how to use it, use that side gun to your advantage, because you can peek through walls if you're in the right angle and the enemy can't shoot back at you. Well, they will try, but the mantlet and the gun around it is pretty strong, so if they try to shoot it, they won't be penetrating. But what the weakness is about the tank destroyers and the British tanks is the Capella. So if you ever meet a nasty little tank destroyer, try to shoot at the Capella, and that'd be good. Now the medium tanks are, let me tell you, a fun tank tree to go up to. I loved it. It was fantastic. The auto reloaders were great. But when I came to the Centurion 1, I felt like all that time I was leading up to the tier 8 went all to waste, because at stock, everyone knows stock isn't perfect. But at that moment, I realized I absolutely screwed up with choosing that choice. It was complete garbage, and I felt like, what did they do? It was complete awfulness. The tank is slow, even though it's a medium tank. Well, like, technically slow. It's not that slow until you upgrade it, but that's going to be like light years, because it's going to take you a while. And the gun is pretty garbage for tier 8. And not only that, but you got no armor, which is obvious from a medium tank. But man, a lot of tier 8 tanks are going to penetrate you. Now, don't get me wrong. I like medium tanks with tier 8s, because I like my Panther too. I'll give it that. But it's just really horrendous. But after that, it's going to have a good gun with the Centurion 9 I think, the Centurion 9, was going to have a really great gun. So, like, British tanks, they got good guns, man. They really do have good guns. And then you got the heavy tanks, which will be really difficult at first, but you'll get a hang of it with the Matilda. The Matilda will help you a lot. And then you got your Churchill 1, which is beautiful as well. I loved it. But then you hit the Churchill 7. Or 6. Churchill 7. Let's go with Churchill 7. And, man, is it just a little horrific, in my opinion. Because I really didn't like it. And it was just, I could never make it to the Black Prince. I wanted to. I honestly really wanted to go to the Black Prince. But it felt like it was just nonsense. It was just complete garbage. And I just felt like I was wasting my time. But after that, I've seen, like, so many... what was the tank? Centurion. I forgot the other tank. I apologize, but it's a tier 8 heavy tank, and man, does that thing have no armor practically. I mean, tier 8s sliced at that thing, sliced through the armor pretty quickly, easily. No, like you would have to be angling pretty harshly to try your best to like penetrate. Tier 7. It's a 50-50 chance. If you have a good gun, you can penetrate it. Tier 6, obviously, probably won't have as best of its luck as it were if it's Tier 7 or an 8, obviously. So, if you're missing with a Tier 8, and if you're that tank, if I were you, I would, like, freaking run for the hills because that thing has no armor whatsoever. And, you know, like, but the tanks, they have at high points, they have their low points. The low points for them have to be when they're at the high tier. The high tiers, around 6 and 7, that's where they start to decline. Now, I haven't played any of the higher tiers, but I've heard good things about the British tanks at high tiers, so that's a good thing. But you're going to have to suffer and bleed a lot if you want to get good with the British tanks. So if I were you, try your best to actually get better at this game. And with the British tanks, because the British tanks are going to teach you a lot. I mean, a lot about this game. So try your best to go up them and have fun. Just practically have fun. And never underestimate anyone in this game. I mean, that goes on for anything, really, because if you underestimate someone, you're going to die pretty quickly. So if I were you, be careful. And this new update also came with 2 new maps with this update as well. So I'm about to check it. But I'm not sure what actually came with it, but like in this update, it came with some good tanks, right? The British tank tree and some maps. And it also came with some premium tanks. The ones that I can name off are the Excalibur, the TOG-2, which is a fan favorite, the AT-15A, and the I forgot the other one. It's a pretty good one. Oh yeah, Matilda BP, which the BP means Black Prince. That tank is actually pretty decent. I'll give it that. The armor is not as tough as the Matilda. Matilda is good for its tier because it's tier 4, but the Matilda BP is tier 5, so you really have to be careful with that. And the maps, I'm not really sure, so give me 1 second. I'm about to check it. So the maps that are available to us right now that came with the update was Innisk, pretty sure I mispronounced that, and Isnik War version, Ruinberg War version, Morvivaka, probably mispronounced that, Erlenberg, Siege Field Line, War version, Westfield, Rain version, Airfield War version, and Fisherman's Bay War version. Now let me name off all the tanks that came with this, and I'm pretty sure it's 45, or else I'm stupid. Alright, so let me tell you the tanks that are available. In the light tanks, we have the Cruiser MK1, the Cruiser MK2, the Cruiser MK3, the Cruiser MK4, the Covenanter, the Crusader, and the Valentine. Medium tanks, we have the Vickers Medium 1, Vickers Medium 2, Vickers Medium 3, Matilda, Cromwell, Comet, Centurion MK1, Centurion MK7/1, and the FV4204. And then we have the Black Prince, Matilda Black Prince Premium Tank. And then the heavy tanks that we have that are available are the Churchill 1, Churchill 7, Black Prince, Canavarian, probably mispronounced that, obviously, Conqueror, FB215B, and the Excelsior, and the TOG-2. Did I say the Excalibur? Oops, I'm sorry. They say Excelsior. And then we have the Tank Destroyers, which is the Universal Carrier 2 PDR, the Valentine AT, Electo, AT-2, AT-8, Churchill gun carrier, AT-7, AT-15, Tortoise, and the FB215B, in parentheses, 183. And then we have the AT-1580, one of my favorite tanks in reality. And then we have the artillery, which is the Lloyd gun carriage, the 6-ton second, number 2, the Birch gun, the Bishop, the FV304, the Crusader 5.5-inch SP, the FV207, the FV3805, and the Conqueror gun carriage. And with the premium tank, it is the 6-ton one. And these tanks are really impressive. And let me read you the little notes they had, and it's pretty funny, really. And they say, the British are coming, the British are coming. This time around, however, rather than brace for defenses, you should embrace the arrival of the Crown's Arenso on PS4. The tanks used by Great Britain and the Commonwealth feature a wide array of vehicles ranging from robustly armored infantry tanks designed to plow through the toughest obstacles and cruiser tanks, which use their speed to exploit breakthroughs and sting the enemy from the flank. These vehicle types, along with the 8 maps, are coming to the British invasion. So thank you everyone for watching this video, and if you liked it, give it a like to support the Red Guard, and this is Brian the Bold signing out. Stay bold out there. Ciao!